comes with his
man.
own swagger, so it's not as easily to see. Whereas with Opie, you see it like, oh,
I
he is
can't.
just
Not
off.
Opie.
It's the
That's
Travis
it.
Kelce effect. You see what happened? He was with Kayla, and then what it just went to shit when he got with Taylor. Like, oh man. Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I mean, there's just something special. I think it's a fetish thing. I think I mean, they've been, yeah, white men have been loving on black women illegally and legally for a very long time. So let's,
Very long.
since we came to this country, so there's that.
Deborah Woman said, "Baby, leave these people alone." All right, Shalay, your thoughts. Why do you think that the black
Mm.
or white men is focusing on the younger black women?
I think a lot. I think sometimes. I think I have friends who have interracial marriages, right? And I can see from the ones that I see where it's the white man married to the black woman, I like he's really, really in love with her. That's been what I've seen. But for a lot of white men, especially powerful, rich white men, and they don't even have to be powerful and rich, but especially them, I think it's about control. I think it's about having her, and black women are powerful, right? And having her bend and trying to break her, or just having her as something that is like your possession, and kind of like a property thing. That's what I really think it is, especially with the older rich ones.
Okay. What about you, Norma?
So what kind of piqued my interest was that first of all, she said she was in Vegas, and then she said he found out my real name. So then I was like, oh, so you have another name, and then I was like, okay, is this a stripper? But I'll go down that rabbit hole. Actually, predators do go after women who they feel like society won't care as much about.
Hmm.
Yes, because there's this idea that a woman who's a stripper or sells her body or whatever is less valuable than the normal or average woman. And actually, a lot of women who are in the sex trade go missing, or they die and you just don't know what happened. I've watched actually at least two documentaries about this. And sometimes they don't even voluntarily go into the trade, but they end up in there and then they go missing, they get abused, and then they just go missing. So there is that factor of feeling like they put a white man will put a white woman on a pedestal, and then we're just down there to play with, abuse, and discard.
Mm, mm,
You brought up a good point. Um,
mm.
as I'm going through my mind on the various social media accounts that I have seen of black women with older white men saying this is the life. When I think about them and I look at them, I'm going to say this as tactfully as I possibly can, Lord. They are not the smartest and the brightest
You know
and
what?
the